Na. Na, császni. Az a helyzet. Na! Hát a buszosra kinnék kocsit.
It's funny. They call us heroes. They say everything is back to normal. But they don't know how much we sacrifice to keep it that way. Some things never change. Well, maybe they do.
Nem szeretnék. Az a lényeg, most voltam meccsem, és úgy jó ordibáltam valamot, úgyhogy nem fogok beszélni.
By Humble, and they will have to patiently wait to find out who their opponent is going to be. So let's find out who that's going to be, shall we? Our next opponent to step out onto the main stage with an outstanding first 2 days of competition here. It is Maru, Maori, and Chaos. They are Reply Totem.
Ciao, semmi. Oh. Repülőtotem megérkezik. Szerintem egyébként repülőtotem fog nyerni. Hogy ezt. Valaki tudja egyébként, ezt írjátok a csetre, hogy ki volt a világbajnok tavaly. Pár év. Saját fotelük van egyébként.
Once again in the top 4 stage, we have seen this matchup every single World Finals since 2021, the very first time we saw Reply Totem make it to this stage.
This is now a 4-year tradition. Every year at the World Finals, Totem get tested against APAC's #1 squad. This year's lineup, Maru, Maori, Chaos, the new blood being brought into this roster after the departure of Joker. This one's going to be interesting. Will this change be the difference maker in 2024?
Chaos, this is his, what, 18th, 17th? It's tough to keep up with at this point because this guy has qualified for every single World Final in Brawl Stars esports history, and he's back to try and take gold.
He's in rare air, but unfortunate for him, the entire enemy side, some of the best in the entire planet, mechanical gods. If you will, these guys have several brawlers that are on the Mount Rushmore. Crazy. His third world championship. That is an unbelievable stat line.
CJ Tapo, such a skilled player, widely regarded as one of the best, maybe even the best across the entire globe. He's got a World Finals championship under his belt, as well as a runner-up in 2022, the last time that we saw Crazy Raccoon. These players truly dominate the world stage.
Tapo as well. Interesting thing about him, that melody pick he said was his favorite. Honestly, that's been one of the standouts of the entire tournament. Fun fact, when we get all the way to a map 5 bridge too far, he can be dominating with that ball once again. The mechanics are just unbelievable out of this guy. One thing to note from yesterday too, something that I took with me, when they played Elevate, I've never seen them celebrate the way that they did. They show emotions, they're happy, I know they are, but I think they truly thought that they might lose yesterday. I'm curious how that affects the confidence going into Reply Totem in a rematch for the 4th year in a row.
If you are a Brawl Stars fan going back to 2021, the first time that we saw this guy you may remember that there was celebration, but only as they lifted the trophy. At no other point did we see the excitement come out. Once they moved over to 2022 second place, these guys now know that they are not invincible, that they can bleed. And when they have a scrappy match against Elevate, when they drop out in the top 4 just like last year, that is when they have this harrowing moment of realizing that they can be beaten. And they might not be the best on the globe without a doubt.
Last year they took an early exit. I call it early, it was a semifinals, but by their standards, an early exit here to another EMEA squad. They already handled them earlier in the group stage.
Az a lényeg, hogy aki most nyer, az $400,000 jöhet az a plusz kupa. A második csapat csak $200,000, és ez így csökkenne. Összesen $1 millió a tét. Úgyhogy úristen.
That squad is no longer a consideration here. That is the type of gameplay. Those are the players that is required to eliminate Crazy Raccoon from this competition. Totem has a home field advantage though. They have the whole crowd rooting for them by the sounds of things. So many supporters out there, but you guys at home in droves are voting for Crazy Raccoon. 68% think that they are going to take it all.
De hogy van izére, hogy szállni.
Shout out to all the fans back in the stands here at Superfest. It's been unbelievable, and they've certainly sided with some of our EMEA rosters. Crazy Raccoon doing what Crazy Raccoon does best, locking in the max here early. In terms of what stands out with their strategy, when asked about it, Tensai Satopo said mechanics and individual power. These guys do not let the medic dictate their strategy. Mechanics are what they rely on, and they are here to beat every single team on this
Ez nem tudom, hogy a szabályzatban van benne, vagy ezt itt minden körülött
Gale is going to be able to slow things down, also push back some tanky brawlers, anything that wants to get up in their faces, and Frank, the big man, now ready to throw down the hammer on the field. But Crazy Raccoon do have some tools in their toolkit for taking this kind of stuff down. I'm thinking Colette is a possibility for Crazy Raccoon. They're going to have to scout out some of these bushes as well. Now Max is going to be the mid brawler out here. The high expectation is that we see Tensai pick up this brawler and that Moya and Sitetapo start to pick up these lanes.
Nem tudom, hogy erre a pályára mennyire volt jó behozni.
Something like Anita would be definitely a favorite for the Crazy Raccoon roster. Sandy also a consideration.
Gale, I think, has been less than impressive here at the World Finals, but it is going to be a solid counter into the max speed. Pairing that with Frank, if that's something they wanted to go with, kind of two birds with one stone. Once again, though, we're going to see Colette be an answer to Frank. That's just what she does best. A little extra range, and even though it's a little more close quarters of a map, you're relying on some grass. This isn't going to be an open field with a low wall break from Frank. This should get easier and easier as the match progresses.
Something real to make use of these bushes from Crazy Raccoon would be paramount over here. We'll see El Primo as a response to Frank. We saw from Crazy Raccoon in the months leading up here to the World Finals that they don't really like to play the meta. They like to play the brawlers that they are good at, and they let their mechanics do the talking. But yesterday, in a day one, we observed that these guys actually aren't shying away from picking up some of these brawlers that are dictating the meta right now. Here comes the Cordelius as a final selection from Reply to him. I actually like this one quite a lot. I think it should be pretty good into this El Primo. Should be able to isolate El Primo also from that Frank, since it's really one of the main things that should be able to shut him down in close range.
I think Cordelius is a great one at a professional level. It's going to be a fantastic option into the El Primo. And obviously having that super any piece of the puzzle from this map. Rivalry was restored, legacies on the line, and only one team here has a chance at the holy grail of our beloved esports. It's the 4th annual tradition, Crazy Raccoon versus Reply Totem.
4th time's the charm. That's what Reply Totem are thinking right now as iChaos already punches through the right side. Tensai in the Shadow Realm completely unable to defend, and already a goal for Reply Totem.
Early answer here from Totem, beautifully played, but now the speed gets deployed. Tensai in the mid. It's Totem, backed up immediately. Mari lurking, has a super. Moya diving in though, fearless as he dives in on the enemy team. Low HP, a super shot, pierces through. Satopo puts up a bucket.
Azért a csoportszállom ott van mindegyiknek.
Can break down all of these bushes if he wants, but here comes the speed, and Moya is equipped with the
Ilyet
super
találkozik az
pass
elprimóval.
that's headed towards the enemy side. Sitetapo also weakening up some of these enemies on the right side. We see Moya also emerge from the Shadow Realm in just a second here. Chaos in perfect position to get the silence as well. Moya on the left side, completely vulnerable to Maori. It's just inside to defend. He's sent to the realm. Maori looking to walk it in, but has to pass to Maru. Needs some value here. Tampo manages to pick up this ball. Excellent hypercharge. Not taken down by Maori just yet. Now getting a responsive push to the enemy side.
Moya with a dive in, a double tap and gets one. Chaos to the other end. Hypercharge available for him.
Ebből még komolyan támadás is lehetne.
This is one of Chatampo's best brawlers of all time, an iconic one.
A Franket várjuk meg, hogy beálljon a Bél elé, az meg elszuperezi őket.
Moya, the ideal target to push away. Hypercharge in from Chaos. Mid super, Tampo is stopped in his tracks. Immunity to the stun. Maori's looking for the kill. Maru going for the goal. Moya tries to defend, intercepts it. Maori now trying to put this.
Ott van, 2-0! Reflítottam egy 0!
And Crazy Raccoon fall in this first game, going to Totem.
This is a big confidence boost. Reply Totem, definitely the underdogs here. Not only has the core of Reply Totem lost this matchup several years in a row, this one's fresh for Chaos. He lost to this team 3-0 last year in the group stage. He was embarrassed by them. Coming into this, his biggest rival, he said, was Chatampo. He wants it bad. This is bad blood all around as they fight off for game number 2.
Tampo already in the back right, can't receive that pass. Tenside's gonna have to get a creative way to put it on the enemy side. Maru, the lone defender, can't do it. Tenside couldn't get the phase shifter forward either to secure the goal. Reply Totem put out another bid to get this mid control back. Maori has the ability to stun over here. Chaos with the pickup on the right. Now Tampo is in the realm. No counters on the field for Maori, but Tampo is soon to emerge from the realm. On the backside, does anyone know where he is? They have to give an educated guess that he is in this bush. His position is now revealed, but Maori's gonna go for the super. Baits out Moya. Chaos with the silence, but Moya cycles out another super. Still mutually assured destruction. And in the realm, once again, Chaos gets the kill.
Chaos has been a problem this entire game. He's sneaky, and any moment you can take a brawler, send him to the Shadow Realm for an excellent one-on-one. Maori once again gonna get sneaky here though. Right-hand side reveals himself as Maru switches to the other end, has a super available. The stun goes through. Moya forced to defend, gets the
Nagyon beszorítják őket! Egy jó szupert láthattunk. Nagyon komolyan nyomják.
For Crazy Raccoon to tie up the score. They got 2 hypercharges to make the magic happen. And now Tampo is equipped with a super of his own. Tenside now with a hypercharge max super. It's drive time. Moya has a super in, breaking up these walls. Maori also thrown to the left side. Could have been a kill for Tampo if it had not been choreographed like that. Reply Totem still getting this defense on. Tampo falls, but an exchange as Maori also gets taken down. Tenside's ready for yet another speed.
Kihúzzák az időt, azt akarják.
For Frank to push in once more.
Most a Frank beállt hátra, ugye? Hogy semmiféleképpen ne tudja megszerezni a labdát. Amíg lejár az idő. Mind a hárman él.
Defense is the highest priority for Reply Totem right now. We see Moya trying to get some offense going.
Senki nem tudja megállítani, most halt meg az eltűnő, ő se tudja már visszahozni. És el se bírják állni iCross. Majd iCross. És megnyerik.
Little stretch out from Chaos there. The fellas look all settled in. The red roster starting off hot here, getting the audience going, and Reply Totem's fan base is loud and proud here in Helsinki.
This is the environment where Reply Totem thrive. A countless number of LAN appearances, an incredible performance at each and every one. They've taken down Crazy Raccoon in the past. If you look back to 2023, the Snapdragon Mobile Masters, they did manage to secure a 3-1 victory, and they went on to win the whole thing. How fitting would it be for Reply Totem to take this all the way and secure a grand finals victory? A trend continuing after last year. The only team that could take down Crazy Raccoon at the 2023 finals.
Gyönyörűk vagytok!
That caught my eye and it reflects in the stats as well. A 12-piece out of iChaos. This selection is not a normal one, I'd say, but when you look at the enemy brawlers, especially when you get them on Cordelius'
Ezt
turn,
ők kérték.
Max doesn't have a chance. Colette is normally
Nem
going to get
bírnak
better into
őt.
those high HP
Hiába
brawlers.
volt
That's why they brought in
67%
Frank on the
esélye.
other side. But if Chaos
Az
is
ellenfél
doing his
csapatnak,
job,
de
especially as well as he was, there was no shot total we're going to drop that set.
totál
Frank is a brawler
megnyerte.
that demands a counter in order for you to actually be successful into it. You can't compete toe-to-toe with the guy. You have
És
to
jogosan
have
nyert,
some
hiszen
strong
a nagyon jó
control.
csapat.
Cordelius has this ability of completely removing a brawler from the field. Once that counter is gone, Frank gets to go
Üdvözlök
on an
mindenkit.
absolute tear. But Chaos is still getting good moments outside from simply negating the effects of the Frank counter. He's still picking
Mindjárt
up
10
12 kills in that last set.
This is a really, really solid one for him, and I think he has to be instrumental in this. You know how much it means to him. He's had a fantastic career, a great showing at lands. And you read off earlier, I mean, literally 20 lands, and maybe he's got that by now. It's hard to keep track because the guy's just so darn good. He's been at World Finals for years. He's never made the big leap, and on the other side has been a team that's ended him before. We turn our heads now to last
Gem
stop,
grab.
the Gym Grab as a game mode. This one's an interesting one compared to some other ones out there, though.
Semmilyen
It's a wide open mid, a
egy
skinny
dobálós
narrow
hozzá.
left, a skinny narrow right hand lane, so you get some tanks sometimes, we get our sharp shooters in the mix,
Az
and
is
this
a
weekend,
Barry.
a lot of Tara.
This is a map where I think we can expect to see Crazy Raccoon thrive.
Barry.
This is the meta. This is the
Okay,
game that they
két
play.
testvérem
They play for
vannak.
control, they play
Két
for
testvérem.
synergy. You have a mid
A
brawler
Surge.
that has a wide
De
open
annak
mid.
az szuperjében meg a
Get some
hajtossági van
heals,
ennek.
get some support on the teammates. And note that Gus, Byron, they are wide open for Crazy Raccoon to take advantage of over here. And they also have a last pick at their disposal to go for something a little crazy. The final say in this draft, if you will.
Clancy's been a big one this weekend as well. Top 2 in plays, which makes sense why they ban him. There's the Tara. Again, it's not something that I feel like has gotten a lot of flash in the meta as of recently. It got the hype torch a little bit ago, but it seems like players just always bring this out in the World Final stage. I don't know if it's just an equal level playing field, whatever it is, but the big playmaking ability of Tara is something that stands out to me. When you have that hype torch, you can make a massive pull to and swing an entire game your
Akkor valami
way.
kinyitó kéne. Jaj.
To be pretty good into Surge if Tara needs to play that right lane, but I think she will most likely be good on this left
Nézd,
side where she
mutatok
can
valamit.
sneak up on this little enclave
Videóz.
where the gym carrier will want to reside.
Kappalja!
It's the safest
Kösz.
area for any gym
Videóz.
carrier to stay in.
Mind a
So Plateau
kettőben.
now need to start thinking about which
Vagy
gym
csak
brawler they're
Fahérjel,
gonna go
igen.
for. A little unorthodox from Crazy Raccoon
Videóz.
to not go ahead and pick up a
El van
gym
döntve.
carrier of their own. They're going to be saving
Discord
that for
szerver
last
is ide
pick.
rákattint, ez is
Kenny,
bedob.
pretty solid out here as well. Has some self-defense capability.
Igen!
That salty barrel. Will also be able to get that turret up and running. She recently got a buff as well to her range.
No, nézzük a következő
Allow her to play mid
meccset,
if
srácok.
Penny's regular shot is a direct answer into Tara's spawners and also Lola's ego.
jó
And
lesz.
I think you get a little 2-for-1 here. You get control of the map like you alluded to with old Lobber, the super that she has, and this is going to be a
Gus,
good selection
ide.
right here. Is Gus distributing the bubble,
kikapnak.
looking to give his allies a
meg.
little extra heals. It makes a big difference, especially with an aggressive brawler
Túl
like
OP
Surge.
-e.
Imagine a tier 3, a tier 4 totem brawler now sprinting down the enemy end with a super and also a Gus shield. It's a really powerful tool and something that pros have really loved this weekend. In fact, he's the #1 picked brawler walking into today. The issue for me is he's only won a third of his sets.
That is a big concern. Byron, now the selection across the way for Crazy Raccoon. This is their style of play, the synergistic mids. And into this Gus, I honestly think that the Byron is more likely to succeed. Into Reply Totem as well with these aggressive brawlers, Penny trying to get in close range. We also see Surge trying to sneak up some of these lanes. Byron should be able to get a KO with that super. I'm seeing a lot of potential for one of these lanes to get super buffed by the Byron. For Gus, it's going to take him quite a lot longer to charge up. He's going to have to get that super first, then he's going to have to line up a pinpoint precision long-range shot onto his teammate in order to actually give him that bubble.
Moya, Maori taking the mid immediately as Maru sneaks onto this right-hand end, 10 side, trying to scout him out here. Tampo, left-hand side, looking for shots. There's the first shield being distributed. No amount of tags for Maru. He needs more. He has to be up against this 2-2 tier 3 stage, and Tensai feeds him a little bit, but shuts him down immediately. Now they have control of the entire right-hand lane.
Tensai has this super as well. Reply Totem are acutely aware they do not want to touch this thing with a 10-foot pole. But Maurin's going to have no choice. He's got to go in, getting a couple shots off on Moya. on the level 3 already. Now has another super at his disposal, but Tensai's receiving all the heals in the world. And Site Tampo has diffed this left side. Maori is forced back. iChaos now coming back for another try, but he needs a super in order to actually break this stalemate.
No old lobber to put some pressure to back CR up. They have to do it the old-fashioned way. Combat on all fronts, but this water makes it difficult to navigate. They have to go with a launch pad, and if they do that, they know Tara is just sitting, waiting for him. Finally, a little expansion from the red roster here, but they need plenty more space to work with and a lot of health points alongside it.
If Maori collapses on this left side, that's a disaster. Tensai emerges from the bushes, still trades. Maori forced back by this attack shade. And we'll see the lane switch to Maori closing around the right side. That's 2 taps for Moya, a kill. But iChaos now returns to take his place on the right side. Know that Tensai is equipped with his hypercharge. He's going to go for the super, or at least to block things off so that Moya can get gem number 10 and run it back for Crazy Raccoon.
Tensai is fully committed, 6 HP, and he knows he's going down. Maru flanking left hand in. It's left to Shitapo to defend. Moya back line, holding on, fighting the clock, and plenty of totem brawlers, super distributed, trying to heal himself up here, and he's going to hold on in game number 1. Apex Finest take the lead in this set.
Comfort brawlers out here for Crazy Raccoon. These are the brawlers that they seriously succeed on, and they've been permitted to play it this way. This is the Apex style.
Gyere be a bíróságra. Ha bemész a társalgóba, menj be a társalgóba vagy a pihenőbe, és akkor beveszlek a bíróságra. Itt vagy? Lépj be a társalgóba vagy a pihenőbe. Na, most már csak némítsd ki magad is. Itt vagy. Le vagy némítva. Vagy várja. Te tudod magadat visszanémítani.
A Maori
challenge. They've had some insanely close calls every single match they played. In the opening group stage, Zeta Division, LG.
Na, itt vagy. Halló? 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 Na, itt vagy. Most már csak beszélned kell már. Valamiért nem hallak. Ahogy látlak, csak nem hallak. Vagy az előbb láttalak, de inkább nem. Hallod, ennyire szakon esik beszélni? Így.
Push them all the way.
Ez nézzük tovább, amíg Tegzi megoldja a problémákat.
Something that resides a little more with their plate.
Vagy nem oldja meg a problémákat. Várjál. Ki tudod alul kapcsolni a kamerát? Kapcsold már ki. Na, itt vagy.
Halló?
Na, most már hallak.
Na!
Na. Mi zuhan?
Tanulok! Jaj!
Már kaptál
Mindjárt.
Most léptél be a szerúra, és már kaptál is rangot.
Várjál,
VIP.
Várjál, befagytam.
Sure, I saw you raise one.
Yeah.
Így hallasz?
Aha.
Jó.
All of those
Nézd
can
a
handle Sprout or
világbajnokságot.
name your favorite thrower really well. So I think
Legi, mindjárt visszajövök hívást, csak bemegyek még egy olyan csupiba.
picks that matter the most. It's the bands that
Mindjárt jövök.
keep an eye out for. That's what these guys practice religiously. Two brawlers on the other end. Gus,
Közben
RT,
akartak
both
jönni
top 10
beszélgetni.
picks. RT's
Gyerte
have a
be a
56%
Discord-szerverre.
success rate this weekend, and I think he's
Ilyen
one of the
vagy
better brawlers in this
valahova.
game mode.
És
I will argue
átadják
though that you can
titeket.
have a lot of good pieces and not make a good puzzle. What I see here for Crazy Raccoon, it's not really leaning in any direction. And this is also sort of their style. They go for flex picks. They go for things that are going to keep the draft pretty flexible, not lock them into a certain play style early on. And Reply Totem now, with this Bell selection, should be able to shut down anything too tanky by landing a mark. I also see potential for the bounce shot to get some value out here, even into an enemy sharpshooter, something like Piper, for instance. Rico, this is what the Sprout was for. Sprout is so good into Rico, and this is iChaos's comfort zone. We saw just what he was capable of on this brawler just yesterday.
He's comfortable with it. It's been super successful. 73% win rate this weekend so far.
most szerintem a
Disgusting
legjobb
at a professional
team,
level. That is an
legjobb.
unbelievable amount, especially considering he's being played 11
Legjobb
times so
botot
far.
osztod.
And part of that win rate, of course, is going to be because iChaos has played him multiple times. But at some point, do you not just ban the guy? Do you not just throw him out? This is a good response into that, though. I like the Barley pick in particular to Bell and Rico. Traditionally, throwers do really well into sharpshooters and Rico since he can't get around those walls so easily.
I think Crazy Raccoon's approach here is going to be, hey, let's spam all of the Barley gadgets right off the beginning. We're going to secure mid, and that is how we're going to get control. It's going to have to work. It's going to be real tough into the Sprout. The outrange, not quite an out DPS. And Barley has the better hypercharge, but you got to earn it, and you do
Aha,
not have a range advantage.
gadget hozzá, Rico. Oh,
Face off in the mid to start set number 3. A very pivotal one in this matchup.
Level
Totem,
1,
do the unthinkable. Take a lead and be a set away from a grand finals.
These
series.
bats.
24 on the other end. Crazy Raccoons are just trying to take care of business. They know how formidable of a foe they have on the other end. After all, this is their 4th year in a row playing against them.
Just slow, controlled lane play. This is what Crazy Raccoon want. Into these brawlers, though, it's still going to be quite a bit of a challenge. We'll see Tampo actually the first one to get aggressive. Feeds a super to Maori. Here comes the Barley gadget to keep everyone alive. Moya also reduced to pretty low HP. Tensai's feeling the heat as well. But note the Reply Totem are actually quite backed up. We'll see Tampo now forced onto mid. He doesn't mind. He'll send Tensai over to the right side to contest Maori. It's still a bit of a mystery as to what exactly is going to happen once this poison closes everyone in. But by the looks of things, with Moya hitting all these shots on the left side, it looks a little gruesome for Reply Totem.
The end game has begun. Herbal Tonic on the ground and a castle being built right hand in. iChaos releases the super. Tensai doing the same. It's back and forth. CR grabs the first, but they need the last. Moru falls, and CR grab an opening round.
Every single member of each team was pretty much in the poison. They did not want to go over to that mid. They know that Maori's going to have a huge advantage over there if they all close in together. Maori's equipped with a hypercharge if he needs to stay alive or get some bonus damage. And he also has this wall to block off an aggressive Tampo. iChaos isn't quite able to take advantage off of this. Neither team is really having any success of combining and synergizing on any of these lanes either. But here comes the hypercharge. It's a free mark for Mauru on the back